Hello, young artist. Welcome back to another Art for Kids Sunday. Today we're going to be drawing a bulldog. So grab your pencils and paper and let's get started.
Okay, so for step one, we're going to start with a oval, kind of a circle. It's almost a circle, but it's a little bit egg-shaped. And we're going to put it kind of towards the top, maybe about here. Just going to sketch in. Something like that, I guess. Alright, so that is step one done. Let's move on to step two. So step two, we're going to add in the ears. So they're basically going to be kind of triangle shapes. So I'm going to start about here, and I'm going to go up to a point, kind of a rounded point, I guess. And then we're going to come down and meet up about right there. So I think that's good. And then let's do this one on this side and just try to make them about the same size if you can. So I'm going to kind of give myself a guide point here. I don't want it to really go over that level right there. So I'm going to start about right here. And again, kind of a rounded shape like that. So this one's a little bit thinner than this one, so I want to make this just a little bit thicker. So maybe like that, but maybe attach sooner than that. Let's see how that looks. Yep, I like that. So they look more the same size than that first one I did. All right, and then on the inside here, we're going to do like a kind of follow along that same shape. So that's going to be the pink part, the inside parts of the ear. So we're just going to kind of follow along that shape, and then maybe put a little accent line there. We'll do over here too. So just kind of follow along that shape. Bring it down like that, and we got a couple of lines like that. And then right here we want to alter the face shape a bit. So I'm going to come in and then go back out. So kind of like this. Alright, I think that's good. So that is step two done. Let's move on to step three. So step three, we're going to put in kind of the upper portion of the body and a couple of legs. So you're going to come out about right here, and I'm going to loosely sketch this until I see this, if it's the size that I want. Yeah, I think that's good. So this one is going to come down here, and then it's going to go out into a foot. So we're just going to make a little curved shape like that, and then bring it up. And then this one over here, maybe like that, and then to the foot here, it's going to match up with that one right there. Then we're going to do in and then back out. Maybe a little bit fatter. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so that is step three done. Let's move on to step four now. So step four, we're going to do a curved line that's going to come down and intersect with the foot about right there. And it's going to cut into this leg here. So we're going to start maybe about right there. We're just going to... It's going to kind of be his chest. So I think I want this a little bit more curved. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's fine. So that's his belly. And then we're going to do a back leg that's going to be coming out over here. So we're just going to kind of do a rounded shape like that. That's going to meet up with this leg here. And then add the foot onto it about like that. So it's going to be hidden kind of behind the body a bit. But I think that's good. Alright. And then we do one more back leg, so that's going to be right here. So I think it's going to come out and just kind of curve up like that. Alright. I like the proportions, they're all good. So let's do a little details right here. Do a little couple of curved lines like that, and then some hint of some toes. Maybe here and here. And here and here. And then we'll do a couple more lines like that. And a couple of toes there. Alright, I think that's good. So that is step 4 completed. Let's move on to step 5. So step 5, we're going to draw him a collar. And we're also going to erase part of this bottom of the face here. So about that much. We're going to have this guy come around right here and stop. Alright, and then we're going to have a collar. So it's going to follow along that chin shape right there. And then it's going to come up here and meet with the side of the head. Alright, and then we're going to have another one below it. That's going to do just like that. Alright, and then we're going to put a little bell on it right here. So we're going to have like a little line like that, a little tube, and then we're going to have a circle for a bell. And just do a little shape like that. Alright, and that is the collar done. That was step 5 completed. Let's move on to the final step, and that is step 6. Okay, so in step 6 we're going to put in the eyes, the face, most of the face, and this is an important part. We want to make sure we get our proportions correct. So let's start off with the top of the nose where we want it to be. So I'm going to draw a curved shape about like that. So that's kind of where I want the top of his nose to be. So then the eyes are going to be on top of that. So I'm going to do so I do one there, and then maybe put it over a little bit more over to here. Let me see if that looks funny or not. No, I don't think so. I think it looks okay. So we're going to leave them right there. So we're going to have 2 eyes like that, and we're going to have a nose. So it's going to be kind of like a upside down triangle, rounded triangle. Alright, we're going to have a couple of nose holes like that. And just do a little couple of eyebrows like that. Okay, and then we're going to have this snout portion to hang down like that. Go back up. It's going to be like a game controller in a way, huh? Game controller shape. I'm going to do like a little smile right there. And then you're going to have a mouth right there. And then just some dots where the whiskers might be. And then maybe a little mark for the chin. Alright, I like it. I think the sketch turned out really good. Let's do maybe a wrinkle under that eye and a wrinkle under this eye too. Yeah. Alright. That will complete our sketch. So let's move into the coloring process next. Okay, so for the first color we're going to be using, and I'll put the colors that we're going to be using today on the screen right now, so you can take a look at that. But I think the biggest portion is probably going to be the beige part, but I don't want to do the beige part first because we're going to have to kind of separate some colors that don't have lines. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. There's going to be some color separations in the face and the body, but there's no pencil lines there. So we're going to have to kind of map those out where we want them to be. I've got my bluish gray color, and we're going to do the edges of the ears first. And we're going to map off this section right here. So starting to the right edge of the eye that's on the left side and leave a little space there, we're just going to kind of have a curved line going up about right there. Okay, and then on this side we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have a kind of a line going up, meeting up with the top of the head there. Alright, and then the bottom here is going to come out maybe right there, and this one's going to come out over to there. Okay, and then on the body we're going to do the same thing. So not the foot, but kind of at the corner of the body where it meets the foot, we're going to start off with a line like this, and we're going to bring it up and get a little bit fatter as we go up to the top. Alright, and then on this leg over here we're going to do the same thing. So maybe about right there, and then we're going to bring it up to about right there. Alright, so for the blue parts, we're going to do this, and the outsides of the ears. Alright, so let's get that part colored in first. This is the part where I'm going to speed the video up. You guys can pause if you'd like, and push play again when you're finished coloring yours. Okay, and that's the blue parts done. So let's do our beige next. That's going to be the whitest portion here. So we're going to color everything else beige except for his nose, eyes, inside the ears, and the collar, of course. Everything else is going to be beige. Alright, we're back. We've got all the beige parts done, so let's do... what can we do now? Let's do the red for the collar next. So I'm going to do the collar here, and then this little piece right here, but the bell, we're going to keep that. Maybe we'll color that yellow. I don't know if I added that to my list of colors. I just not thought about that. Maybe I didn't. Actually, let's just do it with our pink. Alright, and then while we're at it, we're going to do the tongue and the ears. Alright, and the tongue, or the mouth, whichever you want to call it. Alright, that's good. Now let's do our black. So now we're going to do the eyes, but make sure that you leave that one little spot right there open so we can add a little shine to his eyes. So I'm just going to color around that little circle. Okay, I'm going to do them a little bit darker for the eyes, so that white part will pop out a little bit more. Okay, and over here, a little bit darker. Just about like that. Alright, and the nose. Alright, we're good. So the last part of the coloring process is going to be doing the outline. So everywhere you have a pencil mark, you're going to highlight that or make it darker with the outline. So remember, don't do this color separation. There were no pencil marks there, only the pencil marks. Okay guys, and that is going to complete our Art for Kids Sunday lesson today. I hope you've enjoyed doing this. I think it turned out really cute. And I'd love to see what you made if you hashtag it with Shemmel Does Art and also Art for Kids Sunday on Instagram. I'll be able to take a look at that and even comment on it for you. But having said that, thank you so much for joining me. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Like and share with your friends. Also, if you're interested in getting the high-res sheets, instruction sheets on how to draw these weekly art tutorials, and also get an extra exclusive tutorial for you only, and that would be the people who join the Patreon. So you can go check that out over on Patreon. And now we will end the video, and I will see you next week. Take care.